PA Family Network welcomes you. We're going to be talking today about what is supported living and how technology can increase independence. PA Family Network is a program of a vision for equality, an organization started by two moms with daughters who utilize the system. Vision is an advocacy program and promotes empowerment of families and individuals living with disabilities. Our programs are funded by Office of Developmental Programs. This means that our material is vetted by Office of Developmental Programs, and we are able to ensure that the information we share is timely and accurate. Give me just a moment to check chat. Our family advisors are spread across the Commonwealth and are diverse in regards to the age, diagnosis, life stage, and relationship to their loved one with a disability. We are fortunate to have 3 family advisors who are bilingual and 2 that are siblings. Our other advisors have loved ones who are just entering kindergarten and some who are adults. This offers a great connection to families across the state, no matter what life stage they are in. All of our advisors are ambassadors of Charting the Life course or in the process of becoming ambassadors. This is important because ambassadors have enhanced skill set to use charting the frameworks, methods, and are not afraid to think outside the box and find solutions to problems. Our family advisors' life experiences lead to better connections than geographic locations. All of our advisors have experience that range from medically complex to the transition age to supporting individuals looking for employment. Charting the Life course framework, their website has ambassador programs that you can register for and enroll for. Thank you for the question. So what we do here at PA Family Network is, this is just a few of the things that we do. We offer workshops for families. Some of those workshops are using the Life Course framework to plan and problem solve, safety in the community, Office of Developmental Programs waiver basics that support families in their everyday lives. This is available in 2 parts. Then there's an advanced waiver that's also available in 2 parts. Healthy relationships, which is preventing abuse, and peace of mind planning, which is preparing for the future and succession planning and transitions through the lifespan. The technical assistance to Office of Developmental Programs, we attend meetings, we provide input, and are offered opportunities to bring the family voice to the table. We'll be explaining mentoring to families and their loved ones in just a few moments. The system navigation and developing and identifying supports and services happens on an individual basis, and we just try and support families wherever they are. For individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, the role of the family is unique and often central in the support and care provided across the lifespan. Family members play key roles in identifying, securing opportunities for their family members to participate in meaningful ways within their community and ensuring access to self-determined lives. This comes from the Wingspread conference that was held in March of 2011 and sponsored by the Johnson Foundation and the Administration on Developmental Disabilities, with the intent to build a national agenda for supporting families with a member with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The National Community of Practice for Supporting Families grew from this initiative, and Pennsylvania joined Supporting Families Communities of Practice in 2016. Future planning is so important, yet it can be overwhelming that living arrangements are often one of the last things that we focus on. The pandemic shifted our focus and showed us how important it really was to plan for the unexpected. This planning brings new possibilities with the opportunities to enhance your life and that of your loved one, to ensure a quality everyday life within their communities, maintaining friendships and connections to their family. For me, I've spent hours thinking about and participating in my children's individual education program and their individual support plans. Countless hours looking at therapies and curriculums, having a solid plan on what supports were needed in the now, thinking about experiences they needed that could possibly lead to employment, and saying I was open to the idea of independent living, but I wasn't sure what that would look like or what we would need. I am learning a lot by participating in this series and is helping me take my first steps. June, would you like to share your experience with independent living and where you are as you're moving towards independent living?
Sure. Um, um, so I am lucky enough to be in a situation where I am able to, or I have the opportunity to live independently without requiring help from others in order to make that possible. Uh, but I still require certain things that most others don't. And I'm sorry, I'm
It's
sorry about
okay.
that. Um, and uh,
June, would it be okay if I asked you a couple questions?
yeah,
So right now, without naming names, who do you live with?
many people in my family.
So
Uh,
relatives.
yes,
Okay. And then without going into details, what would be one of the things that you guys work on together? Would it be budgeting? Would it be cooking? Would it be navigating the community?
yes, all of those things actually. Um, and these experiences go beyond myself because there are other people uh, who with intellectual disabilities who live here. Um, and everything that you just mentioned has also applied to them more so than me.
And then
Uh,
go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say that it mostly uh, just involves um, allowing us to make our own decisions, but making sure that we understand how to do.
Thank you very much for sharing. Is there anything else that you would like to mention?
Not right now.
Okay, thank you. So there are many types of community living options. Today, we're going to explore one of the options for community living called supported living. We'll be sharing all of the basics for this option in this session. This is just a 101 of sorts. So before we dig in, let's think about our own journey to independent living. How much of a trial and error went into moving out for the first time? How many times did we call others for advice? Were we able to plan for the unexpected expenses? Did we know who to call when we got nervous or lonely? Did we move into the first place alone or with a roommate? If it was with a roommate, how did we navigate that relationship? I'm going to check chat real quick. As I planned and start thinking about the life for my son, I realized I've never fully been independent. For example, I went out to the store and I picked up corn on the cob and I took it home and I cooked it and I ate it with my steak. And that wasn't really completely independent. Someone had to grow the corn, pick the corn, process the corn, deliver it to my store, stock it, and sell it to me. Some people need help in budgeting, shopping, or preparing a meal. Just because that wasn't the exact help I needed, it doesn't mean that I was able to complete those tasks independently. I share this because we all need help and support with something, and that is okay. What did you need help with? If you'd like to, go ahead and share that out in your chat. I am horrible with directions. I depend on my GPS. Someone else might have trouble remembering to take their medicine. This could be something that a support person is able to help with, setting reminders or possibly being the person that does the reminding. Is there anything anyone else would like to share? Fixing a flat tire, that's a good one. Okay. So today we're going to be looking at supported living as the option to explore. What is supported living? And supported living is a service available in Pennsylvania for adults with an intellectual disability and/or autism. Providers provide services to protect the health and welfare of the individual and provide services to help the individual acquire, maintain, or improve skills to live more independently and be more productive and participate in community life. Individuals receive support to live in a home they own, rent, or lease. An agency manages support to the individual, and they're called supported living providers. Individuals will have a supported living specialist. The supported living specialist will oversee and monitor outcomes and activities, as well as monitoring health and wellness activities. The supported living specialist assesses and adjusts the individual's support and needs to coordination, supports, and services, both directly and indirectly. The supported living specialist's participation is outlined within the individual's individual supports plan. Sorry, skip the slide there. Supported living services are provided in a private homes. These would be owned, rented, or leased by the individual. They can also occur within the community. And when traveling, it would be a temporarily traveling in other locations, including out of state, that align with the Office of Developmental Programs travel policy. Supported living services are not provided in licensed or unlicensed residential habilitation settings, in licensed or unlicensed life sharing homes, in adult training facilities, in vocational facilities. Supported living providers ensure services are provided so the individual can achieve their desired outcomes and goals. Supported living providers must ensure they provide the level of support and services so that the individual can achieve their desired outcomes. Supported living providers must make sure on-call services are available 24 hours a day. We're going to get into a little bit more specifics about the services, supported living services. So the supports and services are meant to help individuals with their day-to-day activities, lives, and routines. More importantly, participate in the community. Supported living services address activities of daily living. There are tasks that need to be regularly done to ensure an individual is healthy and safe, while providing opportunities for the individual to eventually do as much for themselves as possible. This often includes hygiene, dressing, making meals, housekeeping. It is assistance, support, and guidance in self-care through prompting, modeling, instruction, and reinforcement. Supported living services help individuals learn and develop health, wellness, and safety practices from nutrition to exercise and fulfill therapy needs, ensuring the individual recognizes and avoids danger and learns to handle home and community emergencies. Health maintenance would be making health appointments and attending them, managing and taking medications. As a side note, medications can be given by a qualified staff. Mental health and wellness maintenance, ensuring support services for self-management of emotional responses, strategies, and direct services, including trauma-informed approaches, behavioral evaluations, support plans, and crisis intervention. Skills and supports to participate in civic activities such as voting and jury duty, attending and participating in community meetings. Decision making. is learning about the options and how to decide which option is best for them and make their own choices. Managing resources from managing the home and house bills, banking accounts, ABLES accounts, manage money. When it comes to communication, we're including the communication support and assistive technology, ASL, translations and interpretation, support with internet, social media. Then we have the mobility and transportation. How to use it for activities within the individual support plan can be provided by the supportive living provider. Relationship development and socialization. With people they live with, family if desired, people in the community, and people they work with. Skills and supports to participate in the community. Develop and explore hobbies, including sports, art, theater, participation in routine activities like shopping, dining, socializing, joining faith-based groups. Both direct and indirect supports are available. Direct support staff can provide services in person. Direct support staff can also provide on-call support. The provider must ensure that on-call staff are available 24 hours a day. The type of support and amount of support is based on the needs of the person. Supports are not available these are the supports that are not available in supported living: life sharing, residential habilitation, respite, companion, behavioral support, in-home and community supports, and homemaker or chore. Supports not available in supported living: therapies, shift nursing, music, art, and equine assisted therapy, consultative nutritional services, communication specialists, and specialized supplies. And now we'll discuss quickly how to access supported living. When individual needs can be met and services is authorized by your individual support plan. So this is supported living is based on the supports intensity scale, the CIS score level. It's available in consolidated Medicaid waiver and the community living waiver needs levels 1 and 2. Okay, Chris, I'll get your question in just 1 second. How to access supported living? Supported living is just asking the questions that will guide this decision. Does the person want to live in their own home and receive supports to do so? Can the person's needs best be met through the flexibility and the agency support, included supporting living specialist available in supported living? And if the person has behavior and nursing needs, can the supported living provider meet those needs? If yes, the next step is connect with your supports coordinator and discuss adding the goal to your individual support plan. There is no one size fits all in anything we do. Supported living is a personal choice and just one of many options. We each come into our own at different times, ages, and life stages. Supported living could be right for someone and not for others. And these are the resources. Before we move on to technology, Chris, are you able to unmute?
Yeah, I have a question about, you know, you had a list of, if you go back to the slide that had the list about what was not covered. Let's see here. Okay, so when you say not available, if you have somebody who has a behavior support plan, does that exclude them from supported living? And they see a behavior specialist?
That would be a question for the supports coordinator in the individual support plan, because it depends on, as the other slide mentioned, it depends on whether or not the supported living provider can meet that need.
Okay, and so then, like, if they were doing, I was just, if you go, sorry, the equine therapy, like if someone was doing equine therapy it says it doesn't cover that. Does that mean that if someone's doing equine therapy and then they go into a supported living arrangement, that they can no longer do the equine therapy? Or
I
the
do not
or music therapy?
I do not know the answer for that, but I will be happy to get your email address and connect with somebody that does.
Okay, great, thanks.
We do not cover the adult autism waiver. For the other question, this is for Office of Developmental Programs, the Community Living Waiver, Consolidated Waiver, and the Person Family Directed Supports Waiver. We'll be happy to take your question about the adult autism waiver if you would like to put one in chat. And the same thing is that we will follow up with an emailed response from somebody that has more information. If you did not receive the PDF of this, go ahead and put that in chat as well. And June, will you help me out by covering the technology and independence piece?
Yes, I can do that. So this next section is entirely about how specific specific technology can help someone live more independently and how it can support that. So with electronic locks, a big concern that many people have with independent living is if someone leaves their home, can you always know that they're able to get back in? The simplest solution to that is electronic locks, whether it be pin pad, fingerprint, facial recognition. You can choose whichever kind would best support a specific person. And it also, very, very importantly, completely removes the fear of losing the key to your own home. So another thing, sorry,
That's okay, June. Would you like me to speak?
for just a minute.
Okay. So with the pin pad, obviously no key is needed. It's usually a 4 to 6 digit key to enter. And then we always have our hands with us. That was one of the things that I learned quick with the boys because they loved to shred the PEX cards, but they always had their fingers with them. So this here, the fingerprint door lock, you can use your finger. For anyone that has a hard time remembering numbers, this would be a great solution that would give them entry to their home. Facial recognition door lock. This is the door lock that provides entry by scanning the individual's face. If you have someone that has a dexterity issue, this would be an option. The safety technology, the Ring doorbell, and the Google Video Nest. We had an individual that lived in a larger city, but always if the doorbell rang, he answered. It didn't matter what it was, didn't matter what his mom was doing. His mom had come out of a shower and there was a gentleman sitting in her living room who was there to sell them something. So getting the Ring doorbell gave him an opportunity to see who was at the door without ever opening the door. It can be used for screening your visitors. It can provide safety by offering that video, and it can call 911 if there is an emergency. The Nest doorbell, the same thing. It can screen your visitors. It provides safety by offering that video and can call 911 if there's an emergency. Are you ready to step back in, June?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Voice assistant technologies like Amazon Echo, Google Assistant, or any mobile device. Most mobile phones have a voice assistant on them. The Amazon Echo can be used for countless things. You can set alarms, reminders. It can be used as a walkie-talkie. The one in my own home is used for remembering shopping lists and for reminders about prescriptions, which is very important. Google Assistant can be used for the exact same thing as the Amazon Echo, just a different option. Kitchen assistant technologies like Amazon Show and Google Assistant. Having you can have a smart display device in the kitchen, which can provide videos to help for preparing meals. It can be used to set timers, reminders. It is just a more, at least practically speaking, it is a more advanced version of a voice assistant. There are also stoved smart devices, like the Saphira Sense Pro and Smart Stove Knob. Wearable technologies include watches, smart glasses, many, many different things. I personally use a Fitbit to help me keep me reminding about things. As the iWatch, this wearable technology has lots of applications that can remind you of important appointments. It is basically a mobile version of a voice assistant, and I know that many of them can also be used as to look up videos and things. So other wearable technologies, you can see here, there are smart glasses, smart shirt with heart and respiration sensors, smart watch, Bluetooth key tracker, smart shoes. Anything that you can think of can basically now have some kind of application involved that can help with everyday life.
PA Family Network can be reached at 1-844-PA-FAMILY. We also have a website, PA Family Network, at visionforequality.org. And that was actually the email address. And then the website is visionforequality.org. I am going to stop the recording.